Hey everyone, I am Pavitra. I am a Pilates instructor and I've been doing this for about 9 years now. I'm also a pre-postnatal specialist. So what Pilates can do for you during pregnancy is to actually teach you how to manage your symptoms that's caused by all of the hormonal changes that occurs during pregnancy. How you're feeling overall, sluggish and tired all the time, or as your belly get bigger, you probably develop back pain. That's the most common symptoms among mothers, or the common complaints that I get. And also the most important one is urinary incontinence. I'm not sure how many of you have already come across this, but you kind of have a feeling of like you can't control your pee anymore. The moment you cough or the moment you laugh, your pee tends to flow out. So all that are caused by weakness of your pelvic floor. So what Pilates will actually help you do is to actually strengthen your pelvic floor, strengthen your core, strengthen how you're feeling overall in terms of mind and body together, so you feel better holistically. So I'm here today to actually tell you what is the reason behind all this aches and pains that you're getting, and also how to manage them, and how important is strengthening your core during pregnancy, and some of the type of exercises that you can do at home to practice all of this. How does Pilates exercises help in terms of core strength? It activates really targeted muscles, such as your pelvic floor, if you have heard of it, okay? If you've heard of Kegels, I'm sure you have heard of pelvic floor. What happens to your belly, okay? For example, as your belly is getting bigger, okay, what it does, it will press all of your bladder and your uterus. So when your bladder and uterus is pushed down, it will kind of hit your pelvic floor, and therefore you will have weakness of your pelvic floor. Okay, so that's why it's very important for you to strengthen your pelvic floor. So what we do in Pilates is we activate our pelvic floor in every exercises that we do. So you really need to master the activation of your pelvic floor muscles. Okay, so I'm going to be teaching you how to do it. Alright, it's very simple and it needs a lot of mind and focus into this, okay, because you will be the only one who will be able to feel it. I'm going to give you a very simple example, right? So imagine that you're feeling like you want to pee, okay, but there's no bathroom nearby and your bladder is really full. Subconsciously, you will actually be contracting a muscle, okay, because you don't want to allow the pee to flow, right? So you will be subconsciously contracting a muscle, which means you will be lifting a muscle up to hold your pee. Okay, so that particular muscle that you're contracting up is called your pelvic floor. Now, what you have to do for me is consciously activate your pelvic floor. Okay, no matter if your bladder is full or no, you're gonna be activating your pelvic floor. Imagine that you are trying to hold your pee, or you can imagine that you're sitting on the floor. Okay, you know your muscles are at your vagina. Okay, so what you can do is slowly try to contract like a jellyfish motion, like that. So every time you exhale, you contract, you lift. You try to squeeze it up and you release as you inhale. Okay, then you contract as you exhale and release as you inhale. Jellyfish motion, so up, down, okay, like as if you're lifting your muscle off from the floor and you're releasing it all the way down. Alright, it's very simple. You can always also contact me to ask if you don't know what you're doing. It's very tricky. Though it's simple, it's very tricky. So you can also always contact me to ask about how to activate pelvic floor properly, because sometimes when you watch videos like this, it's very difficult to understand and to be able to execute the exercise properly. So don't worry, you can always contact me and tell me how you feel about activation of your pelvic floor. If you don't know if you're doing it right, I can probably give you a little bit more of insight on how you can activate your pelvic floor. We have to incorporate this activation no matter what exercise that we're doing. Okay, even though you're working on your legs, even though you're working on your arms, even though you're working on your core, you just have to constantly activate your pelvic floor whenever you exhale. Okay, so remember this key. Exhale is a key of activation. Alright, activation of your muscle. Activation of your muscle. Exhale. So blow the air out. Vacuum in. Activate. So what are we going to be doing now is some of the exercises that you can practice at home. You can actually repeat these exercises for about 10 repetitions on each set, and you can practice this about 3 sets each. Okay, take it light and easy. Follow what your body says. Alright, but try to make sure you do it every day. So slowly you gain your strength, and you will notice after for a while you actually feel better about each of the exercises that you do. When you start, you may feel this really tough. It's really it's really you don't know what you're doing and stuff like that. But continue practicing, because practice makes perfect. What I'm going to be doing now is some of the exercises that you can do on your mat at home, nice and safely. Okay, so the first one is called a pelvis tilt. Is done on your 4 points. Okay, so you get into your 4 points. Alright. To me, this is one of the best exercises to mobilize your lower back and strengthen your core. And one of the most comfortable position for pregnant mothers as well. Okay, so make sure you keep your shoulder and wrist in the same line, and also hip and knees in the same line. And what I want you to do is reverse your pregnancy posture, so you don't want to be like this. Okay, vacuum your belly up and keep your lower back nice and flat. Okay, just for the start. Alright, then from here you take a deep breath. Inhale, you just arch your back, go back into your pregnancy posture. Notice I'm not doing this, I'm not sinking my shoulders. So you always have to keep your lats engaged. Okay, just focus on the lower back. And as you exhale, you vacuum your core in and activate your pelvic floor. And bring your lower back into a nice straight line. You can repeat this for about 3 to 5 times. Okay, so arch and tuck. Arch and tuck. Okay, it really mobilizes the back. One of the best exercise to actually release all the pain in the lower back. Okay, so continuation from this. Alright, we can progress a little bit. So once you've mastered the art of tilting, okay, you have to actually keep your core tight, lower back flat, tuck your toes under like this. Okay, look down at the edge of your mat. Alright, so the main focus here is your core. So take a deep breath, inhale, and as you exhale, you just want to lift your knees and gently place it back down. As you're lifting, you want to imagine that you're vacuuming your core. Okay, nothing on your shoulders and nothing on your thighs. Alright, and as you exhale, lift and down. Same, repeat this for about 3 to 5 times. Okay, so this is one of it that you can do as well. Same purpose, to strengthen your core, to strengthen your hands and shoulders, to strengthen your back. Okay, kind of like a total body Pilates workout kind of thing. Alright, that is your second one. Okay, moving on to the third one. We're gonna progress a little bit and make things a bit harder. Alright, might look very simple, but not that easy, this one. Okay, so back into your 4 points. Alright, so we're going to work on opposite hand and opposite leg. Okay, so lengthen your right leg out. So as you lengthen your right leg out, keep your feet on your mat. Okay, and you don't want to allow your belly to drop this way. So you engage your core and lift it up nicely. So always keep your belly up and high from the mat. Alright, then you lengthen the left hand and exhale to just lift up. Okay, then you place your hands down, bring your legs back in, and then you swap side. Same thing, keep your core engaged, lengthen your hands. So you don't want to be like this, okay? Always push up, alright? And exhale, lift. 1, 2, and 3. Gently return, place your hands back, come back in, and go to your shoulder stretch. If your belly is blocking, you can always like this. Spread your knees wide and do this. Just to get a sort of rest in between sets. And you slowly roll this spine all the way up. Okay, so the third exercise that you're going to be doing is on a chair. Okay, so grab a chair at your home. Alright, be seated nice and straight. Okay, so you don't want to be like this on your chair. You want to again engage your core and make sure your lower back is nice and flat. And place your feet slightly away from you, not too close or not too far away. Just slightly away. Alright, make sure you engage your core. So keep in mind what you're working here is your core, okay? And a little bit of your lower abdominals, okay? Put your hands by your sides. You can even hold your chair so you get a bit more of the support. Okay, as you hold your chair, you'll open up your shoulder blades a little bit, alright? And tiptoe on your right. And as you exhale, lift. And put it back down. Put it back down. Engage your core. And down. Okay, place it down again. Repeat this for about 3 to 5 times or 5 to 8 times according to how much you can do this, okay? And then on the left side. Okay? Okay, notice that when I'm lifting, I'm not doing this, I'm not just doing this, okay? So you really want to keep here nice and set and just focus on how much you can lift. Alright, even if it's just a few inches off your mat, it's still good enough. Okay, you'll be really feeling your lower abs right here. Alright, we do it right. And coming from here, you can also spread your knees wide a little bit, open up hip distance apart. Okay, and go one step forward. Alright, give a space for your belly. If you need to be off the mat, go ahead and just do that. Alright. Inhale, and as you exhale, you just round your spine and just gently stretch yourself down. And inhale, you come back up and you stack up your vertebrae nice and tall. Alright, repeat to nod your head, scoop your core, slide your hands through your legs, towards your toes, look down, up. Just go as far as your belly allows you to, okay? Take it nice and easy. So if it's just this much, you go ahead. If you can go further, go ahead. If you can go all the way down, feel free to do it. And up. And down. And stretch. And relax yourself. Alright, so it's really good to stretch your entire hamstring, stretch your entire back, okay? Using chair to exercise is one of the best options a pregnant mother could have. If you need more information about how you can use a chair for exercise at home, you can always come and ask me.